Tale of the Lion King has arrived, Fantasmic is back, closures continue across the resort, and new characters coming to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Yep, that and so much more. It is time to drop in to Disneyland. Hey there, hi there, ho there, you are as welcome as can be. How's it going, friends? Wade for the Kingdom Report back with you once again, covering all the latest changes, updates, and trending topics coming out of the happiest place on Earth, the Disneyland Resort, where today we're dropping into both theme parks, the Downtown Disney District, and of course, all three Disneyland Resort hotels. Great to be with you once again as we kick off the unofficial start of summer at the resort. You see down Main Street, USA, the magic is seeping in once again, and so much from the past is returning that for the first time in forever, things really do feel normal. It has been a long time coming, and we are going to dive into those details here in just a bit. But before we do that, let's head down Main Street, make a left into Adventureland, where Tarzan's Treehouse remains under wraps, but significant progress has been made. As we look off over here to the right, one column is completely gone now. Deconstructed is the entrance tree that led into Tarzan's Treehouse, and now just a door and some walls remain as they pave out what was the foundation of the entrance tree. It is fascinating, to say the least, as to just how quickly this has all taken shape, and now it's opening up the walkway significantly for the sake of better crowd flow. And you take a look around in New Orleans Square, that is the name of the game, is better crowd flow, as lots of projects have recently wrapped up, coinciding with the kickoff and return of Fantasmic. One thing that has not wrapped up, though, Pirates of the Caribbean remains behind walls, and that is because they still have a lot more work to do. As you can see here, the rubble, the dirt underneath the entrance to Pirates of the Caribbean exists because they continue to route and create a whole new space to try and pull people in off of the walkway for the sake of just more efficiency in this attraction, and shuttering away the lines so that they are not so intrusive in the walkways. You take a look around the walkways that have recently come out from behind walls, and there is so much more space in New Orleans Square now, allowing for a much more significant crowd to show up and be accommodated for Fantasmic at night. Pirates of the Caribbean scheduled to come back to us now on July the 1st, officially, according to Disney. Can't wait to see that. Outside the back door, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Blue Bayou restaurant remains under its refurbishment at this time. However, the outside came out from under scrims recently, and we see a whole new logo associated with Blue Bayou having debuted here. Very cool, along with the new paint job. Los Angeles Daily News is reporting that they do intend to reopen the Blue Bayou, at least in soft form, in early June. Now, with that will come walk-ups only. And keep in mind that the epic view that typically the restaurant has as a selling point of the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, well, it probably won't have that. The walls will still be inside, likely, for the sake of the ride being worked on until July the 1st. And Club 33, look at this, the old entrance to Club 33, it also was painted to sort of coincide with the motif of Blue Bayou. Directly across from that, the caricature artists have returned to their space, and in front of them, this store that we've been watching for like the last 6 to 8 months that is said to be associated with the Princess and the Frog film, well, it remains under wraps. We still don't know what's coming here. Just signs in the windows, and Disney remains mum on the issue. The only other place inside New Orleans Square that still has walls up outside of Pirates of the Caribbean is just a small sliver of land getting repaved right next door to the French Market main entrance. However, you take a look around the land with all the walls down, wide open walkways, and lots of vistas in which to look out onto the rivers of America. Speaking of rivers of America, we know Fantasmic came back to us May the 28th, bringing back all the magic, all the nighttime splendor that Fantasmic is known to have, and to rave reviews, everybody celebrating the return of a classic nighttime spectacular here at Disneyland Park. We move on out to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge now, where great news on behalf of Disney. It sounds like they are finally throwing in the towel on much of that strict storyline they had set for the land back in 2019, and are just admitting that, you know, it's time to bring the iconic characters from past and present together in one space. This all starting with bounty hunter Boba Fett, who's already been seen around the land. Many more characters are set to debut here in the near future, including the Mandalorian and Grogu, Baby Yoda, is on the way to this land that can certainly use their charm and magic. Can't wait to see it. In addition to that, we also wonder where this is going to lead in terms of removing so much of the Star Wars presence in current Tomorrowland. Hopefully, this will allow for all of the Star Wars franchise to be seen over in the land dedicated to it, and will open up even more space for Tomorrowland's big redo. We trot on into Fantasyland now, where the Bibbidi-Bobbidi Boutique is about to go through another transformation. We know that since Disneyland reopened in 2021, this has just been an extension of retail space, and gone has been the princess makeover transformations, but it sounds like Disney is ready to get back into the business of making little pumpkins into princesses, as they have acknowledged that later this year, the Bibbidi-Bobbidi Boutique will begin makeovers once again, both at Disneyland and out at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Deeper into Fantasyland we go, where Tale of the Lion King has now debuted at the Fantasyland Theater. The project we have been watching take shape now for months has finally happened. The curtain has been raised, as they say, and can I share with you, not only is it great to see all the throngs of people finally back here in this space, but to watch these live performers bring to life the Lion King story in any capacity is spectacular in its own right. This is a show you must make time for on your next Disneyland visit. Right next door, the entrance to Toontown doesn't leave a whole lot of space for us to figure out what's happening behind the walls. We do know lots of construction going on just beyond this berm. Cannot wait to see Toontown as a whole return to us in spring of 2023. But for now, the walkway into the land, well, it's just Stroller Alley. We blast into Tomorrowland now, where the walls remain up for Finding Nemo's submarine voyage, having blown through all kinds of deadlines, even the posted deadline of winter 2022. Well, we are wondering what is taking so long. The last time we were here, there was no water in the lagoon, and within 24 hours of that update, there was plenty of water in the lagoon. So we are looking forward to seeing testing of the subs start happening anytime now. Looks like they are just about to get underway, and perhaps this will now be late June by the time the ride finally opens up. Hey, summer isn't winter, but we'll take what we can get. We turn our attention out of the Star Wars Launch Bay, the double-decker mega building in the center of Tomorrowland that has not reopened its doors since Disneyland reopened last year. There's a photo op on the bottom level outside of the building right now, and then in addition to that, on the top level perimeter of the exterior, you can enjoy the Tomorrowland Skyline Lounge experience for a limited time. If you want to fork over $60 per person, you can savor a delicious dinner while taking in the breathtaking views of the Disneyland Park Fireworks Spectacular. All that information available at Disneyland.com. We head on up to Main Street, USA now, where we like to check in on the Silhouette Studio every few updates, as this seems to be the lone holdout of retail space still closed after Disneyland reopened last year, and perhaps this, with all the easing of restrictions, will be coming back to us in the near future, but as of right now, the blinds are still pulled down. And just a quick moment to share with you, you probably need to pack your patience the next time you have a park hopper ticket. If you are somebody looking to park hop from Disneyland to California Adventure or vice versa after the 1 p.m. restriction, well, realize that between 1 and 1:45 p.m., you are going to face substantial lines to get into the park. In fact, the main entrance team has already started segmenting main entrance turnstiles dedicated to specific park hopping groups only, and it is something that causes quite the backup. We turn our attention on over to Disney California Adventure Park now, where patriotism is on display as we head on into the summer months. An explosion of Americana on Buena Vista Street, just like we saw on Main Street, USA, has occurred virtually overnight. And some exciting news to share with you. Buena Vista Street will once again become home to the Red Car Trolley, as Disney Parks has officially confirmed and teased that later this summer we are going to see Red Car Trolley chiming back down these very tracks. Cannot wait to see the Red Car Trolley and all the energy that it brings to Buena Vista Street finally back in action and available for us to ride when we want to on into Hollywood Land. Also here on Buena Vista Street, characters out meeting and greeting Daisy Duck with all of her sass and that beautiful bucket hat that she is wearing there. Very nice to say the least. And the Carthay Circle area has recently gone under some changes. This was the epicenter of all things character distanced meet and greets, well, they've now reduced the area around the fountain to be just the stage that they have for the bands like Five and Dime and those folks that are looking to present to an audience. It's nice to keep that stage out here for the sake of just another venue to enjoy some entertainment. We swing on down Hollywoodland and head into the animation building where the last time we were here doing an update, we noticed that the Animation Academy was under refurbishment. Well, it is back, and now an interior queue space has been designated for a very popular sketching of your favorite character show. Gotta love the Animation Academy. Right next door, the character close-up with Anna and Elsa, where you were able to come on in and give your hugs to Anna and Elsa. Well, that has been offline since Disneyland reopened. With the return of character meet and greets over at the Royal Hall in Disneyland, we anticipate it's just a matter of time to see Anna and Elsa back in the animation building. Across the street we go to the Avengers Campus Superstore, where it has a new super sign on the outside of Stage 17. Obviously, this space opened to help supplement all of the chaos of Avengers Campus last year. However, it's just not that busy anymore. For anybody looking for Avengers Campus merch, they're obviously over in that merchandise store within Avengers Campus itself. But with that new investment on the mega sign on the outside of Stage 17, doesn't look like this store is going anywhere anytime soon. The Hollywood Backlot stage, which was home to all kinds of fantastic entertainment during the Food and Wine Festival, has made way to community and school bands temporarily. Hopefully we'll be seeing a more standardized show take the stage here in the near future. And right around the corner from the Backlot stage, Stage 12, which we've been keeping our eye on since it came out from under wraps, right? There was a big wall in front of it for the longest time, then it got sort of a paint touch-up, and now it's just sitting dormant. This used to be a gigantic space dedicated to multiple food storefronts. However, right now, it's just a closed door and a giant soundstage within. We move around the corner from Stage 12, where a photo op and promotional opportunity for Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers has presented itself just in front of the cloud wall. You can meet the boys and take a photo in front of the logo of one of the most iconic of all animated franchises, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Oh yeah. And just down the street, we keep our eye on the Hyperion Theater, which formerly played home to Aladdin, a musical spectacular, Frozen Live at the Hyperion. Still nothing new for this space, and we are hoping that Disney will share with us some details on that very soon. Over to Avengers Campus we go, where Groot was out meeting and greeting in front of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, one of the most impressive character meet and greets you can experience at the Disneyland Resort. Elsewhere in the land, the Spider-Man attraction, Web Slingers, was only really commanding like a 70-minute standby wait time. It really does bounce between 45 minutes and about 65 minutes or so this was on the higher end on this particular day. We motor on into Cars Land now, where there is a few things you definitely need to know if you are planning a trip in the immediate future to Disney California Adventure. Number one, we're going to stop and say hello to Mater, because that is critical when you enter Cars Land. Mater, you are an inspiration to all of us, buddy. Thank you for that. But the most important news of the land right now is that the Radiator Springs Racers attraction, right? The mega e-ticket attraction for the land remains offline, at least temporarily. There were reports of smoke coming from vehicles, even reports of a potential fire. This led to the shutdown of the attraction. A lot of people are unsure as to when it will come back up, especially the folks that work there, as they are trying to get to the bottom of why there was smoke rising from a particular vehicle. And until they can be certain that they understand exactly what was going on, they are not going to subject anybody to a potential problem or danger on the attraction. Therefore, it does remain closed until further notice. Radiator Springs Racers offline for now. We move on out to the Pixar Pier Lagoon area, where you can see that nothing is on land anymore, no special events trying to vie for your attention, and the water, well, it's filled to capacity. There is no more construction. World of Color is playing nightly. This is the view we were meant to have at this park, and it is so nice to see it back. We move on out to the Paradise Gardens area, just beyond the waterfront, where this area has recently received a whole new menu, at least infused into one of its key restaurants, the Paradise Garden Grill. We know this really as a flex space for most of the festivals that happen, right? They kind of switch the menus on, off, based on what's happening. Well, right now, it has rotated over into a barbecue menu. Yeah, in fact, there's not only barbecue entrees, there's an entire shareable family picnic platter to choose from. And as I understand it, from people that have had all of this food, it's pretty darn good. Down the pathway we go to the Little Mermaid attraction, where the walls have come down since our last update and paving work has been completed. However, some walls remain up just in front of the main entrance to the attraction. So while it may look closed, it is certainly not. Head around the corner and you will see the entrance still available as the ride is still online. We swing around to Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, where lots of work continues on construction to pave the way for a brand new private entrance into the backside of Disney California Adventure Park. You can see here, just beyond the shrubbery, lots of construction vests and individuals that are making sure that this is completely paved out appropriately and will dump guests into that backside of California Adventure in the most efficient way. We see here, just alongside the Corn Dog Castle and in between Seaside Souvenirs, a long, narrow space that is supposedly going to be dedicated to that new entrance. Now, they are working on the facades of Seaside Souvenirs and sort of the whole retail wraparound area right here, perhaps to give even more space dedicated to this new private entrance. We turn our attention across the street to Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel, where we told you in the last update that a Pixar theme is coming to this hotel, and they are getting ready to gut the sucker, which is great news because we were wondering for almost a year as to why they just hadn't reopened anything in here. They were still charging and still continue to charge premium pricing to stay on this property. However, there is no bar service, there is no food and beverage service, there is no restaurants available, nothing in terms of amenities in this space is online, and they recently took away the pool to work on it. So there really isn't anything about this hotel to write home about, and construction going on right now out the back door. We look forward to seeing Pixar theming arrive at this space in the near future. From there, we make our way over to the Disneyland Hotel, where just on the other side of the famed monorail pool, construction continues on the new Disney Vacation Club Tower. We check in on this almost every update, mainly because there's so much progress being made as the tower starts to reach for the sky. Reach for the sky, as Woody would say. And you see here just how close this facility is going to be to not only the Goofy's Kitchen side facility, but also the pool area itself butts right up against it. Can't wait to see it take shape here in the coming months. We dip our head indoors next to Goofy's Kitchen to see if there's any movement on the Steakhouse 55 replacement that's said to be coming. We got excited once again when we saw that there were cast members in front of the store. However, it was just a temporary bar service that they had set up for a special event that was happening at the hotel, really to sort of accommodate all the extra people that were here for this special event. Strangely, though, they set up a bar in front of the doors of Steakhouse 55 when they have a bar readily available feet away. Really don't understand that. Then we dance our way into downtown Disney, where The Soul of Jazz, an American Adventure, is a touring exhibit that'll run from June the 1st through July the 4th at the former ESPN Zone, right here at the start of the downtown Disney District West End. It's all part of Disneyland's continuing Celebrate Soulfully campaign. And by the way, the best part of all of this, admission is free to downtown Disney visitors, so be sure to stop by within the next month and enjoy. And from the ESPN Zone building, we take a look out onto what was formerly the AMC Theater Complex, which housed things like Sugar Boo, Starbucks, Earl of Sandwich, and beyond. Now we see straight through past all of that, and the Paradise Pier Hotel is in the distance. Yeah, I never used to be able to see that from this vantage point because everything was in the way. Well, they've demolished it all. Now just a flat plot of land, a little bit of digging that's been done, and they are ready for development for the next phase of the downtown Disney district here on the West End, right next to the Disneyland Hotel. Can't wait to see all of the new concepts come to life. From that end of the resort to the other we go, right alongside the ECV rental area, where the Disneyland Kennel Club remains dark, and now we have official word that it has closed forever. This was a spot where you could drop off your dog at the beginning of your park day and pick them up at the other end of the park day. However, when Disneyland reopened last year, the Kennel Club did not, and it looks like Disneyland has officially decided it is no longer worth pursuing as a guest service. No word yet as to what will replace this space. And attention Disney Magic Key annual pass holders, Disneyland has now discontinued sales of its last available tiers of its Magic Key passes for the time being. That means that the park currently offers no annual passes for sale. People who currently hold Magic Key passes will be able to renew their pass at some level, though details on renewals will be announced at a later date. Thank you so much for being a part of today's Disneyland update. For more Disney Parks news, perspective, fun, and tips, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with that notification bell turned on so you never miss a thing. If we've earned it, a thumbs up means an awful lot. And if you have something to share with us, drop it down in our comments section. For the Kennel Report, I'm Wade Heath. We'll see you next time for another installment of the Disneyland Drop-In.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.